Well, hey, welcome to the LVfirst podcast. I'm Adam Hildebrandt. I'm one of the pastors here at Lawrenceville First United Methodist Church in beautiful Lawrenceville, Georgia. And today I get to sit down with Jeff Poynter, who's our church administrator. And we're going to be talking about all sorts of things, but specifically about Campmeeting.
I can't wait.
Campmeeting is coming. It's happening.
Soon.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm so ready.
My anxiety level is a little high right now because there's still a few things left to do.
Before we get to Campmeeting, Jeff, this Sunday is Father's Day, and you are a father.
Indeed, I am.
And a grandfather.
And a grandfather, although I don't look that old, do I?
No, you don't. You look great for your age.
Thank you.
So do you have any dad jokes or dad wisdom that you would like to share?
I've got no dad jokes. I wasn't prepared for this.
It's okay.
My dad wisdom is to be present in your relationships with others.
Man,
Both family, friends, and others.
that's solid. That's solid. Do you want to hear my dad joke real quick?
Please.
The other day, my wife was complaining about how lazy I am. And I was like, what's the problem? I didn't even do anything.
That's a good one. It doesn't take much to amuse us dads, does it?
Not at all. Jeff, how long have you been here at Lawrenceville First? How long have you been on staff? And tell us what in the world a business administrator does.
Well, thank you. Missy and I have been members here for about 30 years, and I have been on staff here now for 13 years. As the church administrator, I help manage basically facilities, finances, and personnel of the church.
The FFP.
So the FFP. So pretty much anything that can kind of come under those three things is in my fair game territory.
So what is what's a unique thing that you kind of deal with in your job that people would be interested to know?
I don't know. I think that people in general, and this is true probably in any business, any industry, anything, they don't really know what it takes to make things happen in a certain organization. And I think as a general rule here at the church, most people have no clue what it takes to put on a Sunday worship service, to do the programs and all the different things that we do. We have a lot of people here on staff that help make all those things happen on a day-to-day and week-to-week basis. And I think people sometimes just take it for granted when they come in the building what has to happen to make those things happen.
Yeah. What's something that you really love about your job?
What I really love about my job is just, even though a lot. I love Caleb Clark. I do love Caleb Clark.
I do love him. He's also sitting in the room.
And he's newly married, and he could be a father at some point.
Might have to ask him about dad jokes.
Yeah.
If his sense of humor has suddenly gone downhill, means it's
that he's right in the mix. I can't even remember what the question was now.
What's something you love about your job?
Oh, what I love about my job is that even though I do a lot of repetitive things, but it's different every day. There's a different something that comes up, whether it be a good thing or a bad thing. So no 2 days ever are kind of alike here. So keeps me on my toes, doing the things that it takes to get this church squared away on the business side anyway.
Yeah. So speaking of facilities, we have a lovely campground.
We do, and we're going to use it this weekend and next week.
We are going to use it starting on Sunday for a little thing called Campmeeting. What do you love about Campmeeting?
I just love Campmeeting in general. Like I said, we've been here 30 years. Probably the first couple of years we did not go to Campmeeting, and then one fella invited us one year, and we said, we'll go try it out. And I don't think we've missed a Campmeeting since. I kind of consider Campmeeting to be like a refuel or a recharging station, once a year, a mid-year type of thing. So I can't pinpoint anything other than just I get excited about it, and I look forward to it every year, and I'm looking forward to it this week as well.
Yeah, when people ask me about camp meeting, I always tell them it's kind of like this wonderful outdoor church service meets a family reunion, and you like smash them together.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. Like it's just got this feel of family, and it doesn't matter if if it's your first time or if you've been going since you were a kid, which I'm amazed at how many people in our church have been going to camp meeting since they were little kids.
Yeah. I think marriages have started there too. I know Jim and Sheila Sosby, I've heard the story, were sitting on a back bench and youth.
So what you're saying is if you're single and ready to mingle, camp meeting is the place for you.
Camp meeting is the place for you. Kids, come on out.
Kids.
But
you mean by kids, your kids are adults. So like you mean
yes,
young adults.
Young adults, yeah.
Adults.
Adults. Room for all ages at the camp meeting. But yes.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
It's okay. It's okay. Just the joy of camp meeting.
Yeah, the joy of camp meeting. Lots going on, and people that come year after year, even though they may have found another church home now, they consider this still to be their church home, and they'll come back for this. And the combination of different folks from different services that meet out there, different groups, folks you hadn't seen in a while, and just the time of fellowship, before the service and getting to see people and interact with folks, and then having guest preachers that have come back, many of them that have been here before, and it's just a all around wonderful experience.
So we're doing a couple of things different this year. What are some of those new things that we're trying this year?
Well, one of the things is Sunday night, as a matter of fact. So Sunday night, we're having our LV men cook hot dogs for us. And trying to make it more of maybe an old time church picnicky type thing with some games, and Catherine in the children's ministry is going to have an inflatable out there for the kids to play on. Going to start a little bit earlier on Sunday around 4:30, just for folks to kind of come out and have fun, play, mingle, that kind of thing. And then, like I said, the men will have hot dogs and sides for us, and then the typical worship starting at 7.
I imagine like a 3-legged race.
Could be.
And then maybe
just don't get stuck with like a short person in your group.
Well, that you say that as a tall person. That's not really a fair thing.
Well, I know, but you got to look for somebody that's like size
similar
of you,
height, yeah.
Else you're going to have trouble getting on down the course.
I think it's more entertaining to watch, though.
Kind of reminds me, what was that movie with Michael Keaton when he did wasn't it a 3-legged race or a sack race in Mr. Mom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good film.
Yeah.
I didn't know which Michael Keaton film we were talking about.
Yeah.
It could have been
Batman.
Batman. I don't remember that scene from Batman, but yeah. So stuff for everybody. Sunday afternoon, starting at 4:30.
Yep.
People can come on out, just have a good time. Like you said, there'll be inflatable, there'll be games. I think there'll be some cornhole being thrown. Some throw some bags.
Throw some bags. I got a couple guys in my men's group that do that on a professional level. So might have to watch out for them. Well, somewhat professional. There's a professional cornhole league. They like to toss a bag or two.
I'm hopeful we'll have lots of dads out there in white New Balances
with cargo shorts
throwing some cornhole bags. Yeah. I think it's going to be great.
With their cornhole league T-shirts on.
With their cornhole league T-shirts, probably tucked in. Like I just think all those things are exactly what we need on Father's Day.
A golf shirt should be tucked in. A T-shirt should not be tucked in.
Fashion tips with Jeff.
Stay tuned.
So camp meeting really does kick off Sunday morning, though. So we have 9:30 and 11 o'clock here at the church facility, and then in the afternoon and evening we'll be out at the campground, 700 Braselton Hwy, just in case you needed the address to put in your Googles. And so 4:30 open the gates. 6 o'clock we'll 5:36 we'll start eating. Mm-hmm. Hot dogs will be ready.
Yep.
Coleslaw. Potato salad,
chips.
So come out, hang out, and then worship starts at 7. And then every other night we're 6 o'clock for food,
for the meal,
and then 7 o'clock for worship.
Yep.
And now Monday night is bring your own picnic.
It is, along with Wednesday night.
Wednesday night is bring your own picnic. Tell me about Tuesday night.
Tuesday night just makes my mouth start salivating.
I got a little.
You know, you got a little something in your beard.
It's just
Tuesday night will be our traditional potluck as camp meeting. And, you know, most people when they think of camp meeting, I think they always think of, especially the food part of it anyway, is potluck. I always think of Imogene Allen's cake that she made, so we'll be missing that this year. But yeah, the dessert table, the food. You know, we've got Sunday school classes and groups that are picking up the tab for the meat, like chicken and barbecue, and then everybody just needs to bring a side or a couple of sides to help share with others to make sure that we have enough food out there for everybody.
When you're patrolling that table full of goodness, like the sides, what's Jeff Poynter's favorite side?
The sides?
Yeah, when you're looking at
Jeff
sides.
Poynter is a very picky eater.
I know that.
So usually I'm going to pick out Missy Pointer's. Mac and cheese.
We eat almost the same things. You like ketchup a lot more than I do.
Yes, you like barbecue a lot more than I do.
barbecue,
Although I do like barbecue too. But no, I'm pretty much a meat guy. Mac and cheese. I'll do green beans if there's
some bacon in there.
Yeah, a little bacon. You know, you can kind of tell the green beans are kind of like not mushy, but you know, I don't like a hard green bean. Okay. I like a soft green bean.
Not al dente.
No. Yeah. So, but then, you know, my eye is always, you know, like kind of cross-eyed, one of them looking over at the dessert table.
Do you kind of like walk by the dessert table before you go and get normal
You got to check
food?
it out. You know, you got to kind of know what your dessert's going to be. And then my mind is always taking the plate and dividing it into like 5 parts, you know, so that I can have like a sampler platter of dessert, not just dessert.
One dessert.
Yeah. And you got to, you know, it's camp meeting week. You can't worry about your weight on camp meeting week. It's just, you know, these are God calories.
Yeah, I mean, you sweat them all off.
Yeah.
Like it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. You got to eat what you can. So Tuesday night, traditional potluck. It's going to be great. Like I said, the chicken and the barbecue are already taken care of. Everybody just brings a side or a dessert or preferably.
Yeah,
Both, yeah, would be awesome. And
who's our preacher on Tuesday night?
David Walters. David Walters has been in the community for a long time. He's the senior pastor at LVfirst now. Good friend of mine, but he grew up down towards Snellville, and his wife Liz grew up in this church. So some of you may know her, and it'll be nice to have he and his family out. And just he's a great guy. So Sunday morning we've got David Nagley. Sunday night we've got Trenton Dockery from Grayson. He's been here once before preaching at Campmeeting. He'll be out with his family because it's family night. We're having lots of things going on. Monday night, my friend Heather Gillard. Tuesday night's David Walters. Wednesday night we got Quincy Brown coming back. She's going to drop a little more Michael Jackson wisdom on you.
Quincy Brown. Mama say, mama masa, mamakusa.
That's right.
Mama say, mama sa, mamakusa. There we go. I got it. You got to say it fast. That's what I remember from his sermon last summer.
I think the thing that Jeff took away from camp meeting last year was just that Quincy quoted Michael Jackson. and then Thursday night, we're closing it out. Box lunch night, right?
I'm going to call it box dinner.
Box dinner. Sorry.
Chick-fil-A box dinner night. So make sure you've gone on and ordered your box dinner on the website. So we'll have the box meals out there that night, and we'll also have. I am wearing the Camp Meeting T-shirt, by the way.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Tom Owenby has been up selling those in the Welcome Center between services for the last couple of weeks, and he'll be up there again this Sunday. So the shirts are $10, and you can do that with him on Sunday, and we'll also have them out at Camp Meeting all week long that you can purchase out there. So we've got quite a few more to sell. So those are $10 a piece. So get your Camp Meeting shirt and get an extra one for your loved one, your father.
Because it's a great fit.
It's a great fit, and it's Sunday cool. So these are beautiful. They feel good shirts. Usually I'm like a wash my T-shirt kind of guy before I wear it for the first time. This one I actually just put on this morning. Didn't have it washed, but it's good to go, man. It feels good
to go. It is. I like it, the soft fabric. And you can order all that online as well. So if you're in the middle of the night, you're like, oh, I need to order my T-shirt. You can just get up and do it on the app or on your phone or on the website.
We'll already have your name, and we'll have it reserved for you.
We will have it set aside. So Thursday night, Chick-fil-A box dinner, and then Andrew Chappell is coming to preach. So
I've heard of him.
He grew up here in this church.
Okay.
He's been around a time or two, and he's going to be there. It's going to be a great night. He asked specifically about Thursday night because he's excited about the music.
And he wanted to hear a bluegrass band, I bet.
Do we have that bluegrass band?
We do have a bluegrass band. Shoal Creek will be back for, I don't know what year in a row this is with them. But yeah, that's one of my favorite nights because I love bluegrass music.
Bluegrass night's always awesome.
Yeah.
And then there'll be desserts provided by the men's
LV
group.
Men will be providing desserts on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I believe Tuesday is watermelon. Wednesday is s'mores. And Thursday will be ice cream sandwiches. So
Not just one kind, though, I hear.
I think there's going to be several.
Variety pack.
Yeah, variety pack. So looking forward to
all the desserts.
And the serving of that will go very fast this year since it's ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
So no waiting for ice cream to melt so they can scoop it out.
Don't have to wait in line. Get your ice cream sandwich. And then there's kids.
They might even be hollering like the varsity.
What do you have?
What do you have?
So there's kids activities each and every night, and there's some special things on the front end for them. And then student ministry activities start on Tuesday, right?
Yes, and I believe they've got some fun things and some service projects as part of their week. So I know that was always one of the favorite weeks of summer for my girls when they went to camp meeting too. So
love it. What speaking of you and your family, what's just like a camp meeting memory for you? Something that you just look back on and you're like, this was awesome.
I think every camp meeting is awesome. I just love the feel of the camp meeting. You know, like we've talked about before with the fellowship and that kind of thing. But the one memory that stands out the most to me, speaking of Andrew Chappell on Thursday night, was I believe he was in the youth when the youth did a skit one time with. They were spitting water out. They were acting like I can't even remember what it was all about. But I remember I think we had an injury that night. That was not funny, but the skit was absolutely hilarious. And I think a lot of people will probably remember that and can help refresh my memory on exactly what it was. But there have been some really, really good skits over the years. Because even though when our girls had left and been out of youth, we would still stay out there for the talent night. Now I got to tell you, there's been some rough talent nights too, but.
Talent
some of them crashed and burned.
One
kid I know is not a comedian nowadays. I know that.
My kids have already talked about and thought about talent show night. So
are they going to participate?
I believe so.
Nice.
I mean, the older two, not the younger one, because he's not a part of youth yet. So I think that's basically throwing down the gauntlet for Andrew Chappell to tell the correct story.
I think you are correct.
On Thursday night.
Just go ahead and share that.
We want to hear it. Andrew Chappell, if you're listening to this, we want the full story that Jeff started right there.
That's right. That's a good tease.
Or at least the appropriately edited
the
version.
G-rated version of that story. Or PG.
I don't know the whole
PG-13.
story. I don't want to demand something that then I regret immediately as soon as
he told me to say it.
Yeah, I don't want to get blamed for scarring any children.
No, exactly.
Especially since kids will be a part of worship on Thursday night.
Right. That's our family service.
We got to be a little careful with that. Well, any other things about camp meeting, Jeff, that you think people need to know or that would be helpful to folks as they're getting ready for one of the best weeks of the year?
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I think we've pretty much covered all the topics. For the most part, just dinner every night at 6 and worship service at 7. Got a lot of great music. Got a lot of great preachers coming. So I'm looking forward to a big, exciting camp meeting week.
Yeah, and I love what you said earlier about just kind of the camp meeting being a time in the year when you're just going to have a sense of being full. It's just a refill. And that's why we chose the theme that we did, Awakening. It comes out of Romans 13, and Paul is telling the church to wake up, to really experience the fullness of God's presence. And Jesus talks about that too in John 10 and invites us to live life to the fullest. And I think that's something important for us to be reminded of time and time again, that God is always inviting us to wake up to God's presence around us, in us, and through us. And so I can't wait to hear these preachers.
Yep.
I think this might be one of those moments where we look back years from now and we say, this was an important time in our lives that changed how we behave, what we do, and the way we live together as a church.
Yep.
And you get those moments every once in a while, but like I've just been praying a lot about this year, and I just feel like this is going to be an important one for all of us, and just looking forward to being out there.
Me too, and hoping everybody comes out and invite a friend to come with you and let them experience it maybe for the first time themselves too. So the more the merrier, as they say.
Yeah. If you've never been to Campmeeting before, give it a try. Just come out one night, check it out, be a part of it, and it's a fantastic experience.
Yes.
You will not regret it. So, well, Jeff, since I've got you here, I might as well ask this question.
Please.
Like Campmeeting, VBX, all these things that we do throughout the year, like how do we make all that happen?
Well, we make it happen on a variety of different levels. Number one, the volunteers and staff that make it happen from those perspectives. But we also make it happen with the money that's given to the church as part of the general budget. Money, a lot of people don't like to talk about it. A lot of people think maybe we talk about it too much or too little. I'm sure you're on a side, whichever that side is. My side is always like to talk about it. But yeah, we can't do the things that we do at the church without money that's given to the general budget because it helps pay for everything that we do. And there's a lot of things, and that's a lot of things that people don't understand in terms of what it takes, like I was talking about earlier, what it takes to run the church. But we've got bills to pay, and every one of these events and things like that we do has a monetary cost associated with it. And so we've got to have that money coming in order to help pay for the things that we do here at the church and pay the staff. I mean, obviously, you and I like to get paid too.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing.
So it's not our number one priority, but it helps us make a living, and we've got SPR costs, we've got trustee costs, we've got program costs. So those are the three stools of the budget. So we'd love for people to continue just to give. Makes my life a whole lot easier when I know the budget's being met, and right now we're just a little bit behind.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I love about working with you is just the transparency that takes place here. And so if anybody ever has any questions about the budget, how we're spending, like what we're doing with the money that they're so generously giving, they can call you, right?
They can call me anytime. They can email me. I'll provide them any answers to any questions they have. I am 100% transparent. They may or may not like the answer that I give them. But yeah, I'll be glad to get them any information they need about budget, financials, anything like that. It's my pleasure to do that. And I really encourage folks to ask questions because we need folks that are knowledgeable about all these things.
Fantastic. Well, Jeff, we're so grateful for you, for your family, for all that you do here at Lawrenceville First, to love this church and to love this community. And we really don't know how we do it without you. So
well, likewise, sir. I love my job. I love what I do.
Me too. So, all right. We'll see y'all at Campmeeting.
Bye.